Aston Martin DB9, along with the Aston Martin DB5, is one of the most iconic one cars. But what makes a car like this so desirable? Is it its purring engine, its high speeds? Or, in my opinion, I think it's because of its gorgeous looks. But what makes a car like this so desirable? Well, it's something called the golden mean. Now, you may be asking, what is the golden mean? Well, this is why I made this video, to tell you about the golden mean. So, this is why I've come here to one of our science labs, where just like the golden mean, we use it for maths and physics. Today, I'm going to explore the golden mean and teach you a bit about it. So, what is the golden mean? The golden mean is a number, or a ratio, most commonly known as phi, the Greek symbol, and is 1.618 exactly. So let's start here in the 17th century, where we meet a French mathematician by the name of Blaise Pascal. Now, Blaise Pascal was responsible for introducing this, Pascal's triangle, into the Western world. However, it was believed that Pascal really didn't discover Pascal's triangle. It was the Chinese and the Persians in the 11th century. Now, if we go back a bit to the 12th century, we meet an Italian mathematician, this time by the name of Leonardo Fibonacci, who was responsible for this Fibonacci's sequence. Now, Fibonacci's sequence is the core of the golden mean, and we'll see how we get that from Fibonacci's sequence later. But if we move on, and go back to Pascal's triangle and look at a variation of Pascal's triangle, which is this, we can see that if you take the diagonals of the numbers in Pascal's triangle, we get this, which is Fibonacci's sequence, as you can see. Now, if we take one number in Fibonacci's sequence and divide it by the previous number, we get a number that's close to this golden mean. And as you can see, as we do this further along Fibonacci sequence, we get closer and closer to the special number of 1.618, which is the golden mean. Now, let's look at an example of the golden mean, which is this. If we take a simple line and split it into one bigger part, which is A, and a smaller part, which is B, we can use this equation where the ratio of A to B is equal to A plus B over A, which equals phi, and also equals the golden ratio, 1.618. Now, if we take a more practical example, let's say the human anatomy, and our arm, as you can see, it's similar to what we saw before, where the arm is split into A, B, and now we have C. But let's look at A and B, because we're familiar with it. And if I were to measure this part of my hand from, say, the top of the middle finger to the bottom of the palm, as you can see, it's about 17 centimeters. Now, if I were to measure B, which is from my wrist to my elbow, we roughly get 26.5, which is seen here. Now, if we use the equation we saw before, where A over B equals A plus B over A, we can see that we get 26.5 over 17, and we get 17 plus 26.5 over 26.5. Now, this should give us this, 1.588 and 1.6415, which is very close to the golden ratio. This shows that our arm is proportional to this magical number called the golden ratio. Now, it's believed that the perfect human being would be proportional to the golden mean throughout their whole body. So, sticking with biology, scientists have even gone as far as figuring out that our own genes follow the golden ratio. They've split it again into two parts, one bigger than the other, and they've called it the minor groove and the major groove. Now, if we take the equation again and plug in the minor groove and the major grooves, we get this, that the minor groove over the major groove will again be roughly equal to 1.618. Now, if we use the other equation we also learned, which is the major groove plus the minor groove over the minor groove, will give you 1.618. Now, after looking at these examples, I hope you've understood a bit more about the golden mean. Now, if we look back at the Aston Martin, we can see it's split into various proportions of yellow to orange that follow the golden mean. And what's so fascinating about this is that Aston Martin have even gone as far as to admitting that their cars use the golden mean. As you can see here, we have a scale of it. These numbers are getting closer and closer to the golden mean, as you can see. So now we can take what we've learned with the golden mean and look a bit further. But how far, you ask? We can go beyond our own world. And if we take the Fibonacci sequence and the golden mean, we come up with this, which is called the golden spiral. Now, the golden spiral uses the Fibonacci sequence, as you can see. We start at 1 and end at 34. And the proportions that the golden spiral is split up into represents the golden mean. Okay, now, if we go out of our own world and look at a real life example, we can see this is our own Milky Way. and it follows the golden ratio. You can see the spirals follow that golden spiral. And so there's this one, but in two parts. You can see how they're both different, but yet they both follow the golden mean. So now so far in this presentation we've looked at the golden mean in terms of maths and science. But let's take something more creative and look at this man, Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest artists in history. And we take, first of all, one of his paintings, the Mona Lisa. Now as you can see, the Mona Lisa uses the golden spiral. And if we look closer at her face, it represents the Fibonacci sequence and therefore is proportional to the golden mean. Now if we take another one of Leonardo's famous pieces of art, the Vitruvian Man, we can see again it uses the golden spiral. And what's so fascinating about this is that Leonardo's perfection was down to the golden mean. Now so far, I've just discussed a handful of ideas that have used the golden mean. But there's so many more things in the world that use the golden mean. And if I were to tell you about all of them, I would have to stand here all day. But sadly this video can only be 10 minutes. But after thinking about the golden mean and looking at the examples we've seen today, there's a bigger question to be answered here. Is it just a coincidence that so many things in the universe use the golden mean? Or has someone based the universe on the golden mean? That's the real question. God bless... Wait! Why are we playing the American National Anthem?
Because we're entering an American competition.
But we're British. That's better. Now, I hope what you've learned today has been insightful and you take something away from this. I'd also like to thank Khan Academy and Breakthrough Prize for giving us students the opportunity to show our potential and capabilities. And I hope that we've been able to teach students about something new, something they can take away with them and build upon. So, God save the Queen. Now before I leave, let's just recap. Hit it!
Now everybody follow me, cause I just wanna say, let's learn about this special number we see every day. It is written as a Greek sign pi and is a ratio, and goes by the name of the golden mean, and that's what you should know. Hey! 1.6183 go. The golden mean, everything's better with the golden mean. It makes all the perfect things we see, but everything's better with the golden mean. There you go, you're all getting it now. He used the rule of 5. They used it to get by. Became a world of spiral. The golden mean to make things go viral. 1.61. The golden mean, everything's better with the golden mean. It makes it all, it makes it gene, everything's better with the golden mean. When you divide that A by B, then this is what you'll get. That A plus B go over till you hope you won't forget. That's really all there is to know, it wasn't very long. Hey, and that's what we call the golden mean, so I hope you learn this song. 1.618033 and 1.618033. Let's go. Golden mean, everything's better with the golden mean. It sounds unreal, but now you see that everything's better with the golden golden mean.
Did you get that? Please say you didn't get that.
I got it.